Guys, thank you so much. Marvelous Saturday. We thank God for as above, so below. We're talking about Saturn energy. I want to say to each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for your support, your outpour of love and support. Many of you guys being notified that I'm live. I want to come on here today and not only give thanks unto God, but thank God for each and every one of you guys that have been supporting Minister Mario in his crowning. He's crowned. He's going through his ceremonies, and I'm ecstatic about that. I will, in a couple more days, I guess 15 days, I will be crowned Oya. So we will have, and ironically enough, his mother in Ocha is Oya, and you just never know, y'all. And so we understand energetically that these is why two can't walk together except they would agree. So thank you so very, very much. I want to say hello to my Madrina, to my Padrino, to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo, Santeria, whether you are Mystic, Ajay. How's up, Mama Susan in the house, Gemini. We want to also, whether you are Mystic, Ajay, whether you're a Christian, whether you're an atheist, whether you are Presbyterian or Lutheran, my lives are universal. They are, especially my platform has a lot to do with Christians that want to practice the ATR, that don't want to leave the church. Also for those that have left the church and are practicing these ATR, but you still got church up in you. You know, if it's in you, just in you. You understand? We appreciate the acknowledgement. You know, a lot of times we practice other sciences, but we are definitely guided by the those Christian principles by which we were taught. And it does interfere in your practice. I'm just going to be straight up on it. What's up there, Tanisha Dennis, Aquarius in the house? What's up, my cousin, Taurus in the house, Latadra? We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Excited to be here with you guys. Y'all know I like to do universal teaching, and I try to take my personal experiences and share them with, so many of you guys will have a better outlook when it comes, a sober-minded outlook when it comes to down to practicing magic. That's what I teach on my platform. And understanding energy, understanding your particular energy. We want to say to my Christian buddies, before you get started, these are the cards that I read from. These are the 72 names of God, technology of the soul. And I want to say hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to, what's up there, Natasha Foster, my Aquarius, what it be? Then I got my baby Scorpio standing strong with Apostle and Minister. Thank y'all so much. My Scorpio, we want to say much love to each and every one of you guys. I miss you guys. Minister Mario going through his ceremonies. I'm going through this and that. So there's a lot of stuff going on and trying to get prepared. I had to go to Miami to get my stuff for my crowning and just trying to get prepared for all of this stuff. This train moving fast. I'm not, listen, when I tell y'all I'm a fire sign, moon and Aries, rising sign Pisces, so I'm used to things moving fast, but not this fast. I ain't even gonna front. This is moving very fast, and let me tell y'all something. To each and every one of you guys that sent your $1,000 towards the crowning, we only have I think either 11 more spaces left for that support system for my crowning. And let me tell y'all something. The reason why I'm sharing this with you guys, I want y'all to know how really expensive it is. And when they say it takes a village to raise a child, certain journeys you don't need to be trying to do by yourself. I'm just being straight up here. I generate a decent amount of revenue, and it is very challenging. And I will say this again. You better make sure God really called you to this. This can't be a desire. This can't be something you think you want to try. This needs to be something that is in your DNA, and that God has said, you know what, you finna do this work. You understand? Because there are so many hiccups along the way that could prohibit you from being successful. And let me tell y'all something. Do not sleep on the favor of God. What's up there, Karen O'Brien, my Gemini in the house? Thank you, love. Appreciate you. Let me tell y'all again. Do not sleep on the favor of the Most High. Don't do it. Huh? When they say favor ain't fair, you gonna need God's favor. With spirits, with angels, with ancestors, you need favor. You need favor with those in authority. You need favor with those that ain't got a lick of authority. What's up, my Gemini from South Africa? When it comes to this journey and knowing what God or Spirit is telling you, or where they're leading you, please, sir and ma'am, get your classes, fine. Do your studying, fine. Do your veneration, fine. But don't step off that porch unless they have spoken to you. Stay on the porch until it is the appointed time. Because let me tell y'all something. It ain't no such thing as stepping out there and talking about, oh, I'm going back to the porch. No. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. And so therefore, I'm getting prepared. And even out of all the preparation, y'all, let me tell y'all something. Y'all know I like to keep it 100, and some days I keep it 1,000. This is a ride, even for Apostle Ely. You know, I knew I was going to be crowned, but I did not know the urgency of my crowning and did not even understand. And life still goes on, y'all. Let me say this. Just because you're going through something spiritual, everyday life still goes on. That's why I mean, make sure God called you to this, because it's gonna take God touching the hearts of mine. Like, I got credit card, I have things that God giving me favor with, making things happen for me. I'm gonna say this again because I think it needs to be said. Do not get out here unless you are truly called and chosen to do this stuff. All right. But thank you so much for being with us. Y'all know I always give y'all teaching, because if I don't think it's gonna help, I don't share. Latasha said, it's a ride, but you got it. Yes, baby. It is something that I want y'all to understand, that a lot of times when it comes to magic and spirituality, it's more than lip service. It's more than you gonna make it. It's that mindset I said earlier, that your mind need to be made up, because you're gonna run into things. You're gonna deal with circumstance, situation, but you want to make sure that your mind was already a yes before you left. That your mind was already ride or die before you left. That you yourself have made up your mind and fully persuaded yourself. So hell or high waters, as my grandma would say, that you in this. You know what I'm saying? And there gonna be days that you may feel like you not gonna make it, but I promise you, your ancestors, your spirit's gonna make a way. That's why I love teaching the way that I teach, because don't let nobody fool you about the ATRs. Your ancestors are so important to venerate and to feed and to give them. What's up there, Monique, for my counselor? She came on board too with her $1,000. Bam! Yes, sir. God, I mean, even Madam O'Shea was telling me, Apostle Ely, it's God gonna send the people. What's up there, Sister Brickhouse, my Sagittarius? Just moving and how favor coming. And let me tell y'all something, to all of my clientele base, your level of patience, whew, I appreciate many of you guys not hounding me or really giving me space to, maybe you don't always understand the behind the scenes stuff that go along with this, but it is so much. Darius got a chance to travel with me to go and get some of my the stuff that I needed for my crowning, and he got a chance to see how he like, Pops, I didn't know you were doing all of this. Like, not just the spiritual aspect, not just the business aspect, just the up and down the road, the traffic, I don't eat a lot, but, just making sure I have nutrients in my body and stuff, and being up and down. Wait, I hit it. What is stuff I need to do? Oh, come on. Oh, my Lord. Keish. Thank you. Listen, I know that y'all, let me say it like this. I appreciate your level of confidence in what I do out here. And I'm not going to get emotional. Y'all not going to take me there. But I know that some of you guys are making sacrifices in areas of your life and you have never physically met me. And I thank you. And when I tell you, when I get through going through, I already know the Spirit's going to bless and all that. But this is a journey that you got to know that you really call the hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo. That you just can't be out here doing stuff free willy-nilly and with a mindset that, oh, it's going to work out. It don't work like that. I am blessed to be in the midst. Willingly and happy to be. All right, that's my Cancer. Now, I want to talk about this because when it comes down to magic, y'all, it's Saturn energy. Saturn is all about, I should say all about, but it has a lot to do with authority and structure. And one of the things that I learned, my mom's a Virgo, in order to be successful or to endure hardness, you got to have some type of system set up of what to do, when to do, and you got to have a backup plan. You have to have a default. I don't care who you are. And I'm not talking about not believing God. I'm talking about getting out here and knowing that if I don't have enough knowledge, that God himself or spirit or ancestor, somebody going to share knowledge with me. If I don't have the way made, the way will be made. Okay? Like what I have called it just here, but I'm just happy to be here and want to be, whatever you do. Oh, baby, thank you so much, darling. Let me tell y'all something. We're going to ride high together. I want to talk about this today, and this is going to help you no matter where you at in aspect of life, because this is something that I do, but I want to bring it to the forefront, because when you understand what real magic is, whether you working with the Orishas, the Loas, or you working with ancestors, or you working with the earth, stars, moon, whatever constellation that you may be, or tap energy, or your personal energy, this is still important. That when you learn, when you go to my class and you understand foundation and you understand how these things come together, this is the part where I said my subject is no place for ego. When it comes down to real magic, real spirituality, you need to know and have a good understanding of this. And I'm going to first be coming from Matthew, the 16th chapter, 24. Matthew, the 16th chapter, verse 24. And it says this. Then said Jesus unto his disciples or followers, if any man come after me, if you're going to pursue the Yahshua, the Emmanuel, the Christ energy, he said, let him deny himself. That's number one. Take up the cross, which is the burden, and then follow me. That means being led. I want to say this again. In order to be effective in any form of magic, don't matter what it is, whether you're using your personal magic, whether you're utilizing prayer, whether you utilize affirmation, whether you're doing conjure. What's up there, Swamp Witch? All right, the Aquarius from Louisiana. First of all, denying of self is important to be effective in magic. I'm going to explain that. Then taking up the cross, or the responsibility of hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Kumi, Congo, Orisha, whatever, your ancestor, matriarch, don't matter. A part of magic is not only identifying where you play a part at, but understanding responsibility by which you are committing to. Then it says, follow after me. The part that a lot of people, well, quite a few are being able to be led by ancestor, Orisha, Loa. It seems simple, but it ain't for a lot of people. When you don't like to be told what to do, following instruction is not your strong suit. Let's just be for real. Now, when it comes down to magic, I want to say this. Denying self when it comes to magic is first of all, let me explain what ego is. Ego is a person's sense of self-esteem, a self-importance, the part of the mind that mediates between the conscious and the unconscious, and is responsible for the reality testing and the sense of personal identity. What's up there, my Aries? Yes, Minister Mari, he in consecration right now. That is a process, and I'm going right behind him. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, because I'm not gonna even, when I do my other lives, I did talk to them. I will be able to do lives, but I will not be able to be seen on there. So I'm gonna have to put a picture of something. I'm gonna get slick like Natasha did and put a photo up there. But I will be able to do my teachings and whatever. But I just cannot be seen on out of this. Depending on what comes out in your ETA, you know, you have to work accordingly. So I still got to go through that process. But they know that I do this for a business and I have responsibilities. So they're making certain concessions for me. But you won't be able to see me per se like this once I get crowned. All right? Until I think it's 3 months, to be honest with you. So I will be as interesting and energetic as I could possibly be. Okay? Now, understanding why I say there's no place for ego. Number one, to deny means to refuse to give or grant. When you're practicing real magic, nobody's going to come and put you in a headlock to get yourself out the way. I'm going to say this again. When you're asking for healing, breakthrough, deliverance, protection, a part of that after you have petitioned ancestors, spirit, Orisha, Loa, and Kisi, you got to understand, I cannot once I put it in their hands, then I have to follow the instruction. The burden, burn to incense for me, please. I don't care which one. All right, I got you, baby. Now, when I'm gonna show y'all why this is important. When you hear in the scripture say, "Not my will, but thy will." What's up? That's my eldest, Cancer in the house, Trey. When you are doing real magic and things are not moving at your pace, not fast enough, not efficient enough, or maybe you are a type of person, you want to know everything. You want to know A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That right there can get in the way of your manifestation. When I say deny self, any aspect of self, whether it's mind, emotions, or fear, whatever it is, you cannot allow that particular part of self to hinder what your goal is. And that is easier said than done. This is why it is important for development when it comes to your spiritual practices. Developing your mind, developing your emotion, developing your spirit. Because this is the kind of stuff. I didn't want to disturb the class. Are we gonna read? I'm not doing any readings today. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just doing some incense burn if y'all want me to do that. Because I got another consultation that I might have to do today, and I got a lot of stuff going on. So I just give me a moment. But I want y'all to understand, if you have not spent enough time with yourself, then you're not gonna know how to deny self. If you don't know certain aspects about you, I know that I like stuff done yesterday. Okay? I like stuff snap, crackle, and pop. I know that about self. This is why I tell you guys, when it comes to magic, you got to know you. You got to know that you are a Sagittarius. You need to know your moon is in Aries, and you need to know your rising sign is Pisces. Because when it comes down to what you're trying to manifest, you got to make sure, not because a lot of us like to talk about what the enemy doing on the outside. No, you need to make sure that a part of yourself is not hindering you from getting what God or Spirit has promised you. And a lot of times, whether you impatient, or a lot of times where you are fearful, undecided, there's times where you feel like, this is why I tell people consciously, when Spirit wants you to do something and you are a type of person, you want to be in control of everything, that part of self will mess you up. Every manifestation is not going to have your handprints on it. Every manifestation of fulfillment don't need your thumbprint. God will cause men to give into your bosom. This is why the way I teach is important. Because once you have committed that particular situation to the deity or the spirit or a being that is higher than you, or your higher self that operates on a higher principle than you, then you got to trust that. That's when you got to take on the responsibility that I gave them power of attorney to make decision in my behalf. I need y'all to really get that. Once you put something in the hands of the Tata, the Mumbo, the Hugon, the spirit, the ancestor, the reason why you should be okay with it, because you're supposed to already did your relationship work, that you trust them like that. Because I'm not going to turn anything over to anything's hand that I do not trust. I hope y'all understanding it. This is why you can't jump from hoodoo to voodoo to Santeria, Kuma, to Congo, and Apollo, or now you a mystic, now you a Rastafari, or now you a Muslim. No, baby. Being consistent, building relationships, and therefore now that I understand how my particular spirits move, I can place that level of trust or control in their hands and not be running back every 2 or 3 seconds talking about, which way did it go, Joy? What's going on? No. A lot of you guys, until you actually do the work that Spirit already taking responsibility of what you already know. I'm a type of person like this. I don't care how much I think I know. This might be hard for some of y'all to do. I do not get in the way of what Spirit knows best. Even the things I have wanted, I still say, but whatever you see for me to have, I accept that. I'm going to say this again. As good as I think I am with what I do, I still do not, thank you, Natasha, hit that like button, y'all, thank you. I do not get ahead of the cart. As a spiritual worker, You want to practice not getting ahead of the cart. You cannot allow the parts of self to hinder you from doing what is in the best interest of self or other people. Now, this is why I really want to talk about this. When you are doing a service for people that is what I do, whether it's readings, whether it's conjure work, whether it's preparing baths, it don't matter what it is. A part of your responsibility is knowing when to deny self. What I may desire for you cannot get in the way of what you have need of, right? I wrote down here, what you want can cause someone to lose what they need. As a spiritual practitioner, you can, let me tell you something, you cannot like who somebody with. But if spirit didn't tell you to mess with that relationship, don't mess with that relationship. I'm going to say this again. I know this is a little deep for some of y'all. Just because I have magic, my son is here, I was not a fan of my son going to California. First of all, I did not have no connections in California. He was too far away from me. That was not my decision, but he was grown. But I did not let what I wanted to interfere in what God had for his life. Even as a parent, that's still self. Even as a mother, a father, even as a husband, wife, even as a lover, you can't, as a spiritual person, whatever aspect of love you want, utilize your magic to interfere with somebody else's need because of something you want. Now, this is for grown people. It takes a lot of maturity and understanding it is not my will. It is the will of the purpose or destiny for that person's life. Huh? My son would not be as strong as he is right now if he had not gone down that road. I would not have the level of pride in him now if I had interfered in his journey. Loving somebody is not an excuse to interfere in the journey. Huh? Investing in them is still not enough excuse to interfere in the discernment. When it comes down to people obeying God, that's why Jesus, when he was 12 years old, told his mother, woman, I must be about her being a mother was trying to interfere in the will of God concerning Yahshua. I need y'all to really get this. This is why I say that my lives are for grown people. Because as long as you think what you want matters more than what people need, you're not ready to be out here serving people. I pray about stuff. I see things. I want certain things for some of you guys. But then I also know that I can't interfere. Even if I see something, they say don't say nothing. I can't say nothing. I would tell some of my members, I say, listen, there's some things I can't tell you. Would love to tell you, but I can't tell you. Because then that would interfere in their growth. And if I care about them, their growth is more important than me trying to save them from some up or down they may go through. Huh? Sometimes people have to go through certain things. If I had not gone through what I'm going through now, I could not be out here doing what I'm doing. Did I like what I went through? Did I even at the time think I deserved to be going through that? But look at where God has brought me to. And so therefore, that's why I say it's no place for ego. So true. As a parent, it's hard to get this, but you are so right. Yeah, you are right, Apostle. Spirit does not have to explain to someone's life. And let me tell y'all something. I think it's harder for spiritual people that are gifted and anointed to stay out of other people's business. I'm going to say this. I believe that it is harder when you have resources or some type of spiritual connection. It takes more discipline for you not to speak a word, pray a prayer, decree a thing, to light a candle, to burn some incense. I always tell my kids, I say, if I can't help you, I'm not going to interfere. If my kids are going through something, they're going through because they got to go through. If I can't do certain things, I tell them, I say, and one thing I do, I don't tell them what they need to do in their life. I do not tell my children what they need to do in their life. My children come to me and say, Dad, what do you think? And I give them advice. But I do not make decisions for them. Because whether I'm here or not here, I want them to have trust and faith in their decision making. And if I see something that will help put them in a better light in their situation, I will give the advice of it. But allowing your ego to drive it, be in the driver's seat of your magic is not good, because you're gonna find yourself hindering things that people need to experience and to know in their life, because you claim to have better sense than God. You don't, sir or ma'am, you don't. Now, I also want to say this: being able to understand manifestation, I got to deny myself any part of self that has to do with me getting what God got for me. There's times, because I'm a Sagittarius, and the Sagittarius in the house besides me, it's hard for me not to speak my mind. Like, some of y'all, it's easy for y'all not say what y'all got to say. Not for me. I am confrontational. I speak my mind. It's hard if I care about you. When I tell you I care, or I love you, or I'm going to ride with you, somebody messing with you, there's times that certain things I have to stay out of the way. Because if they tell me this, they need to go through this, it don't matter how I feel. I'm going to say something. It don't matter how I feel about what they're going through. It is not my job to interfere in the process by which the potter has the clay. A part of you being in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Ajay, Witch, Obia, it don't matter. It does not give you license to interfere in what the spirit is doing with somebody on that potter's wheel. It does not. You do not know better. If Samuel was not going to pick David as the prophet and the king of Israel because of his eyes, and God was looking at the heart, don't tell me what you understand and know. You know whatever spirit revealed. When I'm doing your readings or I'm doing working for you, I only know what is revealed to me. And then even what is revealed to me, I still am being led. Because sometimes you think you know and you don't know. Sometimes you think you interpreting and you interpreting wrong because you're coming out yourself. You see what I'm saying? This stuff, when it comes to real magic, I'm not talking about the one that got that Aunt Clara powers on Bewitched. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I'm talking about Andorra. I'm talking about Maurice. I'm talking about Serena. They executing magic. The Baba, the Tata, the Mumbo, the Hugon, the Ajay, they know what they're doing. To all of us out here that really can move some things, that can shift some things, that can turn some things upside down, we have to be more disciplined than anybody. The more you are in touch with spirit and Ashe and Chi, you should be more conscious of self and saying, okay, did the spirit tell me that, or that's something I want to will in their life? Everybody ain't meant to be rich. I don't care how much money work you do for them. Sometimes people, poverty is saving their life. He's had 9 sons. Jesse had 9 sons and missed 8 times. I know that's right. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? It is so important when you are out here and you're in a position of power and everybody knows you're in a position of power. Because let me tell y'all something. You can keep setting somebody free out of trouble. I'm not talking from what I think, I'm talking from what I know. If a person does not learn from their lessons, they're going to keep coming to me or people like me and getting out of trouble and getting in worse of trouble. They're not going to do better. They're not going to change their behavior. They're not going to make adjustments. They're not going to do anything but continuously to feel that they are above karma, above repercussion, above reciprocity. And after a while, you get to a point where the universe, Almighty God, Mother God says, no. I don't want to hear. You can be the greatest lawyer in the world. The judge going to get tired of you coming in about the same person, about the same thing. I'm trying to make it simple for you. I don't care how great you are spiritually. I don't care how kind of credit you got with God or ancestors, none of that. No deity, no spirit, no African science is going to keep allowing somebody to do what they want, how they want on this earth plane, and then they're not going to correct it. There's only so many times I or any of us can go to the spirit about the same thing over and over. After a while, they're going to say, no, it's time for them to pay the piper. What's up, Scarlet Rose? Let me tell y'all something. Understand how ego is supposed to play a part. Ego is supposed to be the mediator between the conscious and the unconscious. It is the referee. It is not the driver. When you allow ego to drive, then you're going to use your magic out of order. I mean, it's just real. Conscious is what you're aware of. Unconscious is what you're not aware of. Mediator stands in between. It's like the issue. It's like the Papa Legba. It's like the Elegua. It is the middleman. It's the messenger between both of them worlds. It is only supposed to be the mail carrier. It ain't supposed to be writing the letters. It's supposed to be transmuting conscious to unconscious. From unconscious to conscious. That's the job of the ego. But some of y'all are allowing that ego to get in the way of things not only for your life, but for other people's life. Your self-importance, what you want above what it is the will of God or spirit for an individual. It is just the truth. And let me tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all why this means so much to me. It is harder for somebody like me to stay out of the way of some of y'all situation because I know I could intervene. I can do so many different things to make things easier for you. But what I have learned by me interfering, even when I have good intentions, I have made certain people's trials harder. I'm going to say that again. I have literally made other people's trials harder because I was giving them hints. I was helping them too much. And the spirit wanted them to go. Even as a parent, you can help your child too much till they'll never grow up. They'll never mature. They'll never develop. Spiritually ain't no different. I can't love you enough till I'm actually interfering in your growth. I can't make things so easy to the point that you think that you don't have to do what you need to do. And so a lot of times I'm doing a balancing act. Because I have learned, I'm 50 years old now. I have learned no matter what I think I can do about the situation, I got to make sure I'm not making it harder for you. I got to make sure it's okay for spirit or your ancestor for me to tell you or show you certain things. What's up there, Harriet? My Capricorn. Ego will feel like I cannot allow my child or my godchild or my spiritual child or my mother or my father to go through this. And all of a sudden now you got them going through things that they really shouldn't be going through. But because now that God and ancestors know that you're going to interfere, they got to make that trial where I can't do nothing about it. And you don't want no trial that Apostle Ely can't do nothing about it. You understand? You don't want the universe bringing waves in your life that both of us looking at and say, well, I be damned. What is we going to do? You understand? Because none of us are above the divine. We all got a plan or purpose of what develops us. I have done that. Made sure everything was well right and the person didn't learn the lesson. Hey, opposite of Gemini is Sagittarius and vice versa. We all in some shape or form feel like we doing, we helping. I'm going to use the word help because we like to say I'm just helping. Your help is not a help when it is interfering in development. I had to literally get out of the way of certain things because even my voice, when certain people trust me, let me tell y'all like this. I'm going to give y'all some real. There's people in my life and around my life trust me on some really high levels. Like they trust me with some stuff, right? But as a vessel of the Most High, I cannot allow nobody to put me in the place of the divine. Hear me real good. I would never allow anybody, I don't care what they think of me or what I am to their life. You will never make me think that I am your God. I am a vessel. I am a tool. I am an instrument, and I am being utilized. Because this is what is important. Where I want to get to. It said in the book of Isaiah, It said, in the year that Uzziah died, then Isaiah saw the Lord. If my grandmother was still living, I would not be the man of God that I am. That's just real talk. I wouldn't have developed. I wouldn't have seen a need to develop. I want y'all to understand something. Everything you're spending, everything you're doing, it is for development. So when somebody else coming along, you have a personal experience that you can share with them. Say, listen here, this wilderness is a part of the process. Some of us do not want certain people going through the wilderness, but they're not going to make it, and they're not going to be who God called them to do if they don't go through the wilderness. They cannot praise God about Canaan unless they go through the wilderness. Those are the paths that have to be made. You got to go through certain things. You have to experience certain things. You have to have certain setbacks, certain disappointments. I don't care what kind of magic you do. Hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo. Certain losses that I took years ago are causing me to get certain wins today. Certain things that I felt like I could not overcome yesterday. It's a piece of cake today. But I had to first know what it feels like to be challenged. That's why I can tell you it's going to be all right. That's why I can tell you what I'm telling you now. That's why I can tell you how to get certain things and how to invest and how to put your money and your energy in certain places. Not to keep you from developing, but show you that this, if you got to go through the wilderness, recognize the cactus, because there's water in the cactus. Because I'm not trying to speed you through the process. Because I'm not trying to get you overcooked and I'm not trying to get you undercooked. You, in due season, you will come into fruition. But as a leader, especially if people trust you, certain man, especially if they got a lot of confidence in you, make sure you, what's up there? What's that? Pretty toasted. Make sure you really get what I mean by this. Don't allow your ego to interfere in the process of somebody's development. Just teach them, okay, when you on this terrain, you in the wilderness, okay, look out for scorpions, all right? There's snakes that are in there. Give them warning. But they got to learn how to trust their own senses. Because if they only trust in your senses, your spider sense, they going to get got when you ain't around. Let me say it again. It's good to have somebody to see for you. It's good to have somebody to make you aware of certain things. But after a while, you got to have your own senses. You got to be able to discern good for evil for yourself. If everything that my sons go through, that I'm constantly got to tell them what's right and wrong for them, they're never going to develop what's good for them. And then if I'm not there, people are going to be able to get over on them. Situation. My kids, you can't get over on my kids. You cannot. And if you get over on it, it ain't going to be too long before they get you back. Because I'm vindictive and they're my children. Just being honest with you. When you think about why these processes are so important, why it's when it's time to study, it's time to study. When it's time to do your essay, it's time to do your essay. When it's time to get graded or quiz, it's time. Because all of this goes back to you having a certain level of confidence and being able to play your part. You have to be developed. You have to be developed. And so therefore you can be an asset and not a liability. Undeveloped people are liabilities because they don't know their places. And they don't know when to deny themselves. A man or woman. Let me tell you something. I'm going to give you an example. In my marriage. And marrying me apparently does not give them any more security with me. Okay? So there are certain women that were still at me even being married, right? So my ex, she was like, oh, such and such, trying to do this. I said, listen here. Let me explain something to you about me. A woman can lay down butt naked spread, don't make me get it. Nobody makes me do anything. If I did it because I want to do. But when I tell, like, no, I don't care what somebody's attracted. You don't make me cheat. You don't make me be unfaithful. That is my self-discipline. If I say I'm committed to something, I am committed. I can admire, I can compliment, I can whatever, but I'm not deviating because I know when to deny self. Because of a commitment. And that's what I'm trying to teach y'all. Some of y'all think that the grass could be greener on the side, but it ain't your grass. Huh? The booty might be bigger on the other side, but it ain't your booty. This person might make better money, might be better looking, but it ain't yours, not yours. See, when you at that place that you have learned to discipline yourself and deny yourself where it is necessary and applicable, then you're going to be successful in magic. And you're going to be able to work with the divine plan or people's destiny and not against them. Because being gifted and talented is not enough. Being able to read is not enough. Being able to conjure is not enough. Because you also want to be able to flow with people in their energy and what is best for them. And the only way you're going to do what's best for people is you got to be willing to deny self. And there's no place for ego for that. Hey, babe, how you doing? When it comes down to me knowing the level of power and anointing that's in my life and how many people on certain levels trusting and supporting me, it is more important that I don't allow ego to have place in my magic. I got my baby Scorpio coming up. I got different ones, y'all. I'm teaching, I'm sharing. It is so important to me that I deny my ego, deny myself, so I'm not interfering in your development. And that is what's more important for me, to do my space in your life without interfering in your development. Because this is the thing, y'all. Once you get to Canaan, once you get through the wilderness, once you get to the land of the promise, whatever that is, whatever conjure you have done, remember, there are giants there. There are giants there. You're not just going to get the promise. Just because you done got to the land of milk and honey still does not. And if you have not learned what you needed to learn in the wilderness, you're going to be like some of them other people that, wait a minute, those are giants, we grasshoppers. I ain't going. Because you can still get into the vicinity of what you done asked God for, or spirit for, or ancestor for, and still get to the building, the place, and still turn around and say, you know what, this is still too much for me. That's why development is so important. I didn't understand a lot of stuff I used to have to go through. I'm like, why I got to be dealing with this? But you going to understand it better by and by. You got to be in those. One of the part of my ministries is that I was always prophesied to that I would build up the old waste places. I would deal with rejected people. I would deal with people of other folds, people that people underestimated, people that people thought was no good. And I would be a guiding light, and I would have a way to bring a lot of people out, so to speak. Is there anything good in Nazareth? That's my ministry. And building up the old waste place, people that have been damaged, ruined, broken. So when you got that, so I had to go through a lot of that stuff. I remember you telling me this, saying it's a part of my story to help. Yes. Let me tell you something. I cannot honestly, even with my baby Scorpio, I cannot honestly say I love you and then interfere in your development. That's not love. I don't care if you're a parent. I don't care if you're a godparent. I don't care if you're a tata, mumbo. You cannot honestly say you love somebody and you know that that is a process to get them to where they got to go. Without me going through what I'm going through, I cannot help the people that God or Spirit has placed in my life. How can you have that level of knowledge or awareness and you ain't went through it, or you don't have the experience necessary? If every flight you got on was perfect skies, I would never trust you in stormy weather. If you had a soundtrack behind you through everything you went through, I could not trust your state of mind. Because unless you got a soundtrack, you're not going to be stable. And in real life, there ain't no soundtrack. Everything that I've gone through has led me to a point where I can help solve and resolve problems and do it in a sober way. Let me tell you something. I don't want nobody at no time to think what I do is easy, because it is not. It is emotionally, mentally, financially, physically challenging. It's just that God makes a way. Spirit makes a way. Ancestor, Orisha, whatever deity. That is real. But that's why I say the people that are truly chosen will always come through. Because we don't have to know. We don't have to understand. We don't have to have the key. That's God's spirit job. Okay? What I am telling you is why you need to learn what you need to learn. And when you learn what you need to learn, there's going to come a point you don't know enough. Out of all you don't learn, you still ain't going to know enough. And that's when you're going to have to trust that God got you. Huh? That means once you have developed your gift, your talent, and your ability, there's going to come a point where your gift ain't going to make room. Your gift, your best prayer, your most focused meditation, your strongest herb, your strongest tincture, your strongest potion, At least I know no matter what I go through, if what I got ain't strong enough, I know I could tap into God, because I never made myself the absolute power. I can always get stronger. I can always get wiser. Don't let your ego make you think you have reached the pinnacle of God's divinity. And when I say God, I'm talking about feminine energy. Some of y'all think you know. No. I'm 50 years old, and I promise you I know a whole lot. But there's a whole lot I still don't know. Still, a lot of stuff I'm still learning. And I know some people out here, you talking like you are the pinnacle of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And that is no wisdom. You have allowed ego to step in. Don't do that. If y'all want to practice real magic, always respect that was existing before you found that it exists. Before you knew there was a High John the Conqueror route, before you knew about a crossroad work, before you knew about a book of Psalms, before you knew about speaking those things that be not, before Moses ever picked up a staff, God was looking out for him. He told Jeremiah, before you were formed in my mother's, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. That's the kind of stuff you're going to have out here in these spiritual streets. And if you're going to let your ego ride, let me burn this for my Scorpio. Come to think about it. Money and mental clarity. Let me tell y'all something. No matter what you decide to do after hearing this message, remember, if you truly love somebody, you want to be a help. And a part of that is flowing in what God has for you or that individual. Two cannot walk together except they agree. You may want something, but if it's not timing for it, you love them enough to stay out of the way. I listen to my sister when she came to church. She said, I be want to talk to my brother, and he doing this for this person. I know he doing that and that. And sometimes I just want to talk to my brother, and I don't really spend that much time with my brother. So it's still a sacrifice. So I say to you guys, in this process of giving yourself to God, giving yourself to ancestors, giving yourself to Orisha, giving yourself to the Loa, the Mpungo, you also have to teach those around you, because they can get jealous, rightfully so. They can feel neglected, rightfully so. But at the end of the day, don't just say, oh, I got to be about my Father's business. Teach people how to serve and be with you and love on you. And then when there's a time for you to rest, go back and spend time or do things quality with them, so that they can feel a sense of you. Because I don't want to be out here saving the whole world and losing my children. I'm going to say that again. I am not trying to get out here and be there for everybody else, and then I can't be there to my own children. That is also not my goal. I have to still find balance in my own life so I can be effective and being mindful of the things that God got for me as well as you. Okay? Hold on, where's my lighter? When I tell you before you cross the threshold, into divine power. These deities been there for eternity. Exactly. A lot of times people step into these ATR like these spirits just showed up when they came to their consciousness. Before you was even born, thought of. This was already going on. CC, I so love you, even though I'm not there in person. You have so much wisdom and still receive these messages. Thank you, CC, darling. I appreciate that, hon. That's another Pisces. Will you burn a triple threat incense for me? I am sending the Cash App. I started. Oh, okay, sure, hon. I'll do it right now. That's for my Rogers. I got you, sweet. Let me tell y'all something. It may look, because I like to try to represent the kingdom, but one of the things I want y'all to tell about when I say no place for ego is you can't lie to people and say to them that you're doing this because God told you, or Risha told you, or Loa told you, or Keith, because you offended. You're going to try to make your Risha offended. Let me say this again. Let me slow this down. Self-importance. If they can talk about Christ, they can talk about you. That concept. If they can do it to the green, they can do it to the dry. Don't make yourself so important to the point that you feel like you're above going through certain things. Because that's ego. Huh? The greatest among you be servants of all. Huh? Sometimes you got to go from sitting on the throne to mopping the floor. Okay? Because it's your kingdom at the end of the day. Remember that. So, a part of this proclaim self-importance that Ogun is going to lose his mind if somebody touch you. Or, Oya, if you don't help me, then Oya going to... No. Self-importance will have you lying on God, Orishas, Loa, and Kisi. Huh? You don't like that hope. Huh? Oya don't care. You got a problem with him. Ogun don't care. Don't get self-important to the place where that's why grandma said they spit on Jesus. And they did. And they probably went back in their throat and spit with a hawk and spit on it. Huh? Make sure that you're not out here done made yourself, exalted yourself to the point now you want people to believe that certain things should not be happening to you. If God can give Joseph a dream and still allow him to go to the pit, to the prison, into Potiphar's house and back to the prison, who are you? Like when you say that you want to be used or by the Loas and Kisi, especially in Haitian voodoo. Let me explain something about Haitian voodoo. Haitian voodoo is a revelatory energy. They revolutionize a lot of events in life. Okay? You can't work with certain energies and all you want to be is a cook at McDonald's or at a grill plate. Okay? Some of y'all out here messing with deities and energies and cosmic forces that have great responsibility, so therefore they're looking for people that they can place that responsibility on earth. You ain't trying to do all that. You're not trying to do all that. Stay in your perimeter. Huh? Work in the dairy department, never try to be the manager. That ain't. If God don't call you to that place or position, don't because of self-important ego. Because you want to tell somebody what to do. Sir, ma'am, don't do that. Don't do yourself like that. There's no place for ego. Do I know the ancestors are going to take care of me? True, I know that, but I'm also not here bothering people. Do I know that the Loas will fight for me? Yes, I do, but I'm also not here gossiping about people. I know that the Spirit going to make a way for me, but I'm also not here spending money foolishly. Let me say this too. To y'all want to do. Become a very good steward over resources. Because if you want to be successful, even if you have to spend down to your last, make sure you did what you were supposed to do with your last. Huh? Everything Spirit gives you has purpose. I see a lot of people out here saying, God, I want to be you, but you are not a good steward over resources, whether that's information, whether that's over money, whether that's over time, whether that's over managing things. Like, you need to have a certain level of development where you can be a good steward, where even if a rainy day comes, you got umbrellas, you got raincoats, you got all this yucky hair on your dresser drawer, and we ain't got no raincoats. You got all these Gucci shoes, but you ain't got no storehouse for no dry goods or no rice or you know understand? Like, a part of being a good steward is being responsible, say, knowing that you might have to umbrella a lot of people. And so therefore, I spend money trying to be prepared. This crowning of mine, I know this for the Spirit to be warning my head that early, something is coming. Remember this, God is a master builder. There's with great power come great responsibility. There's something coming that they want me to be prepared for, and it's coming soon. Because if they want me to be prepared in 18 days, that means I have to develop with that a little bit after that. Even though I'm a quick learner, something is coming where they want me prepared. When you are giving and you want to be a part of something, you got to understand that. This ain't just going here asking people for help. This ain't just going people just giving you money. No, God blesses you, calls men to give into your bosom with purpose. Not for your tomfoolery. If I want designer or whatever, I'm going to go on my job and I'm going to work and get what I want. But when it comes to the things of God, he wants his people to be a part of this, because these are the people that I'm going to have to help. And so he wants them to be partakers. Moses was going to build a temple, and God told the people, bring their part. So this is why this is important. But not ego. Nobody have to give me a lifestyle that I am not willing to work for. Nobody has to put a BMW on my driveway. If that's what I want, I need to go and make that happen. That ain't your job. That ain't her job. That ain't their job. You helping me from a spiritual aspect to do something that God's spirit ancestors have called me to do. That ain't for you to take care of Apostle Ely. I'm just being real with you, okay? Now, do people be a blessing to me? Absolutely. Do they? Absolutely. But a part of being spiritual is being a good steward over the things that God got, and being prepared for what the very purpose why God put you in position in the first place. Sounds like they're prideful and don't want to receive the truth of understanding facts. It's not just about us. It's not ego. Yes. Let me tell y'all, in my conclusion, the reason why this is important, because you could really hinder somebody's healing, somebody's breakthrough, somebody's once in a lifetime chance at romance or whatever. Don't be that individual that you so in your ego of self-importance and self-esteem that you are not mediating between the conscious and the unconscious. You're supposed to be the messenger, just like Gemini, messenger for the gods. That ego is giving the message of the conscious world to the unconscious world, and the unconscious world to the conscious world. Don't get in the way of anybody's breakthrough. Ego tripping. I hope this helped. I hope that you understood. I hope I brought clarity to different aspects of how this could apply to each and every one. It don't matter how you do magic, but especially to all of my brothers and sisters that are strong in the power of spirit. We have to be able to deny ourselves more than anybody else on planet Earth, because we can affect and influence lives for the better or for the worse. And that's just real talk. There is no place, because you can either teach people to do something wrong or you can teach them to do it right. Position of influence is responsibility. And not allowing ego to make yourself so important to now you're willing to tell a lie to people that trust your words to get what you want. I'm going to say that again. You can be so self-absorbed till you're willing to tell a lie to people that trust you to get what you want. There's a lot of different ways that you can be a problem to people, and they don't even have to know it, but God knows. And that's the thing that I want to always come from an aspect of knowing who the boss. Who gave me these powers? Who gave me this wisdom? If it wasn't for Spirit, I wouldn't know what I know. So I don't have a problem. Some people use the terminology transparent. I don't have a problem letting people know that I go through certain things. Even though I trust God and know that I'm coming out. That's not being arrogant. That's relationship. That's why I think and talk the way that I talk. Because I am in relationship. I am in covenant. And I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Can I get a link to the website? The instant candle, etc. please. So Cece, I'm gonna I can get that to you. I put it on there. If your number's the same, I could text it to you. But I hope you guys really take to heart what I'm sharing today. And like I said, this ain't for the immature. This right here is for people that are maturing or mature and understand the value that they play in people's lives, and that that we're instruments. Okay? So, don't put your number out there, baby. Don't put your number out there when you're tricking and there's a business number. Okay, Facebook don't show up on YouTube. Okay, but I'll get it. All right, guys. But thank you so much for your love. Once again, for your support. I did take care of Keish and her incense burn. Thank you so very much for your love and your support and concert. Oh, okay. Look at my baby Scorpio. She from TikTok. You better do that. Look at my baby Scorpio. You handle your business. I wouldn't make him pop up. Oh, man, I tell you something. Boy, I tell you. There's no more tricking for me. No. But much love to you guys. I will see you guys soon. And thank you once again for your support for Minister Mario. He is excited about what God is doing in his life. And he's in his consecration. And I appreciate that. And to my church family, I'll see you guys soon. And give you guys the 411 what's going on. Love you back. Each and every one of you, especially my baby Scorpio. Thank you, and thank you. God bless.